Hey guys, back again for our daily Churchill speech. Fast forward here to 1918. World War I is over and we're pretty stoked. So let's jump right in. The war is won. All our dreams have come true. We have reached the end of the long, long trail, and what a victory! I do not know what your feelings are, but I can tell you for myself that in the 5 weeks which have passed since the firing stopped on the Western Front, I have felt a new and fresh inward satisfaction every day in contemplating the magnitude and the splendor of our achievement and our success. It grows upon one like living fire burning within. It fills our hearts with pride and with thankfulness that we have lived in such a time and belong to such a race. When we look back on the time before the war, we see how easy it was for foreigners to think that the British Empire was only a figment of the imagination. We see how easy it was for them to think that we were given over to ease, slothfulness, luxury, and party politics, that we were a great people whose climax had been reached at the battles of Trafalgar and Waterloo, and that we were now passing placidly down the slope which so many other great empires and nations had trod. I do not blame them. I do not blame these foreign nations, friends, neutrals, or foes, for their great miscalculation. But what a miscalculation it was. This war has proved the soundness of the British race on every point. There has been no test to which they have not been subjected, and extraordinarily varied those tests have been. But there has been no test in which the stock has not been found absolutely sound. We see the victories and the prodigies performed by our armies, the great work of the British Navy on which all depend. But it is British institutions that have triumphed just as much as martial deeds by flood and field and in the air, all over the world, in every country. It is to the British way of doing things that they are looking now. Of all the tests of the soundness of our institutions, nothing can equal that proof which was given when the great communities, the dominions of the crown over the seas, so many thousands of miles from the area of conflict, enjoying absolute freedom, enjoying in all kind, but with a pure, spontaneous feeling, obeying no call but that of the blood. When these great dominions, without a moment's hesitation, entered a quarrel, as to the beginning of which they could not necessarily have been consulted, and hastened to pour out their blood and treasure, and raise themselves in the struggle of arms to a foremost place. That gift which came back to us in this old land, in this small island, from the principles of freedom, that is one of the great and amazing proofs of the soundness of British institutions which the Great War has revealed.